What is good, everybody? We're back with episode 4. I'm here with my co-host Jimmy Surin and New York native
What it do?
Josh. This is a special episode because it's our first football one. You already know we repping our teams. Josh,
Yes, sir. What about them Jets, boy? Giants Nation, stand up. Giants Nation,
Please,
stand
don't
up.
try it. I don't want to hear that.
yes, sir, man. We got
Son.
we got star special group. So the first question, we're gonna go. How is free agency going for each of your teams?
Jimmy, you want to start or you want me to go?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Do your thing.
All right. So as y'all can see by the jersey, don't mind the number. He's unfortunately not a part of the team anymore. But I am not unfortunately, because I don't like him, Blitz boy. Anyways, I'm a huge Jets fan. And I can say that I absolutely love what Joe Douglas has done this offseason. Yes, there could have been more moves made, but honestly, I'd give it a B+. And I would turn it into an A if we can manage to land one of the top free agents left in somebody like Tyrann Mathieu, or even make a trade for a legitimate wide receiver one on our team. The signings of Laken Tomlinson from the Niners, DJ Reed from Seattle, and Jordan Whitehead from Tampa were just absolutely amazing. They were steals. 3-year contracts. The most I think was $40 million given and voidable after like 2 years. Absolutely amazing. Joe Douglas, he managed to bring them all on board, and they were all pickups in positions of great need. And the best thing about that is that it gives us a better position to draft, not off positions of need, but off what player is best available on the board, instead of going and reaching for a player just because you really, really, really need that talent on your team. We have 5 top 70 picks, so it's going to be absolutely great for us to be able to actually do that. One thing I was upset with, of course, was, the wonderful Tyreek Hill situation. We'll dive more into that the next question, but it was great to also see how aggressive Joe Douglas was in trying to get Tyreek Hill, and he managed to get a trade accepted by Kansas City with it. So for only, mind you, 2 second-round picks and a third-round pick. Nobody else in the NFL can do that. Just saying. But yes, that's what I think for our team, free agency.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm on the opposite side of the locker room, and I am a Giants fan. And all I can say, man, is, we made some moves. Honestly, we had no cap to begin with. So this offseason was, it was already a crapshoot at best. Joe Shane, we hired him, new GM. Brought in Brian Dable from Buffalo, both from Buffalo. Yeah, we're pretty much the Buffalo Giants at this point. We brought in so many Buffalo acquisitions. It's ridiculous. But we signed Tyrod Taylor over from Houston. Now that move underrated, because let me tell you, he's one of, in my opinion, one of the best bridge QBs out there. He can hold your team steady for a while until you get a new QB developed and into the system. I like Tyrod Taylor. It just sucks that, he had a job in with the Chargers. Somehow he got punctured lung. He had something going on. The doctor punctured his lung on accident, and he couldn't play. Herbert came in there, lit it up. He lost his job.
Can't forget about before that one, Baker.
Yeah, that was tough as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a very slow offseason for us. Nothing really going on. We upgraded the offensive line, got a couple pieces. Ryan Gronkowski, he's from the Colts. Upgrade, and we got somebody. I think it's like Ryan Feliciano from Buffalo.
Oh, John Feliciano, yeah.
Yeah, John. There you go. Yep. We signed. There's a low risk, high reward guy, Ricky Seals-Jones, tight end from Washington. Signed him over. I can't forget about him because he mossed Adoree Jackson. We played a game in Washington, and he ended up mossing him. And I think that was like one of the game-winning touchdowns. Heineke, man. Heineke. So, yeah, no, this offseason was basically shitting some cap, man. It sucked. I got to see Captain Logan Ryan go. Great piece in our secondary. Had to cut him off. We got to keep one of our fan favorites in Sterling Shepard. Restructured his deal. And we restructured Blake Martinez, heart and soul of defense, one of them. Leader, pretty much the point guard of that defense. This year's making and breaking for Daniel Jones. That's why we signed Tyrod. And if Daniel Jones doesn't get it together this season, Tyrod's gonna come in there, take his job, and then so we can draft and get draft capital for next year's draft. We'll talk about, but and prospects like C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, those are the guys we're looking at. I mean, that's what we're trying to do here at the Giants. That's why I think we signed Tyrod for a 2-year deal, because Daniel Jones, in my opinion, is gone after this year. I don't care what he does. He can light you up for 30 touchdowns, 17 interceptions. He's gone. We can't pay him. We can't afford him. He's out. But that's our offseason. Nothing really special. Not like the Jets. We're not big spenders this year like we were last year. So, yeah, that's all I got to say about that question.
Honestly, the past couple of years has just been unfortunate situations for both the Jets and the Giants, at least with injuries. Like you said, Sterling Shepard, he's a great receiver, but it's just been so hard for him to stay healthy on the field.
Can't stay on the field.
Saquon Barkley, we already know how he's been. How many games is it? I think it's been like 7 or 8 games.
He hasn't played a full season.
Like 24.
He hasn't played a full season.
And then on the Jets side, it's been injury after injury as well. We had our amazing free agent signing last year, Carl Lawson, tear his Achilles before he could even play a game last year for us. It was just brutal. But hopefully it's on to better things next year for us, both teams.
I agree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good question, man. I think the Bucs made some good moves. Shout out to Brady for being retired for 40 days and coming back. That really helped us. We did lose Jordan Whitehead, as Josh said. And earlier, I think we re-signed Carlton Davis to like a 3-year contract. I did see that. I'm not a big fan of him. I think he gets a lot of pass interferences. But screw it, we'll move on. And Josh, you did say you were upset about Tyreek Hill. Let's go through that day.
Hey,
he was.
Hey, you already.
Wait. Before Josh starts, this man was crying on FaceTime. I have a picture of him crying on FaceTime.
I wasn't actually crying. All right, I was just very visibly upset. Sonny, obviously, you got to see my reaction live. I was actually. I remember like the whole thing, like when it started. I actually went to the bathroom. I looked at my phone on Twitter and I saw the Chiefs weren't going to be able to sign Tyreek Hill to an extension. So they're looking for trade partners. So that already had me in shock. But then to see that the Jets and the Dolphins were the 2 finalists in the trade just like blew my mind. I was so happy for the rest of the morning. And then once I found out that it was going to be his decision to choose where he wanted to go, I was like, oh, we're probably going to end up screwed in the end with that. But it was a nice 2 hours. As I said before, it was nice to see how aggressive Joe Douglas was with trying to help out our sophomore quarterback now, Zach Wilson, and bring him a nice number 1 receiver like that. But, unfortunate situation. Now we got to play him twice a year in our division. It's going to suck, but we're going to clamp him up. He's not going to be able to do anything for betraying us like that. We're not going to give him anything.
He's on the AFC East. That's you guys' problem. No, we don't got to deal with that, Rick. But I don't personally like the trade, and let me tell you why. You got the draft call for Tyreek was the first in 2022, a second in 2022, a fourth in 2022, a fourth in 2023, and a sixth in 2023. I don't care what you guys say. I'm not giving away 5 quality draft picks for a receiver who's about turning, I think he's turning 29 years old, right? That's a lot. I know, I get it. It's 2 fourths and a 6, right? And a first and a second, and they got to keep their 2 first-round picks, Miami, the following year. Great, right? Dumb. But 5 picks for one guy it's insanity. For a guy, right, that is a troublemaker. Let me give you some examples. He had a domestic assault in college back in Oklahoma. Then you guys know about the child abuse investigation going on with Tyreek. You got that going on, right? So he's a troublemaker at that. You put him in a place like Miami, Miami is just like a Las Vegas. I mean, this party and this stuff going on. Do you think Tyreek can thrive in that environment and keep his head on straight? That's one of the question marks I have for Tyreek. And then with the 5 picks, like I said, there's late those are you can find gems in those picks, man. Ditto, you got Stephon Diggs, 5th round selection. Tyreek Hill, a 5th round selection. Richard Sherman, these are just guys I'm throwing out there. A 5th round selection. Nick Chubb, a 2nd round selection.
But Jimmy, you know how rare it is to hit on those picks like that? That's rare.
It's rare, but guess what?
I'm gonna let you finish first, and then I'll talk.
But the more picks you have in your arsenal, it's like a lottery. The more chances you have to hit on a great prospect. And I think that the Miami, even though they got to keep their 2 first, right? You sell yourself short by not giving a chance to maximize your full potential in the draft. Another thing I have a question mark, and I got 2 more reasons before I let you talk. He's just, like, in my opinion, right? Everybody's, oh, Tyreek can run routes. He can do this. I personally, Tyreek is just a deep threat. And you can look back to the games against Buffalo. What Buffalo defense did, they played that too high safety. He was a non-factor in that game. Patty Mahomes had to look elsewhere. And it's their defensive strategy really locked in Tyreek. He couldn't operate. If Tyreek is not breaking past the defense for a fly route, he's getting you max two receptions for 17 yards.
So you're saying Tyreek is just a straight line runner. That's it?
He can. I'm telling you, it's the play action and the slant across the field, post across the field. If he's not getting behind that safety, you box him in. He's not a threat.
Do we gotta include clips in this video of? Do we gotta include clips in this podcast of Tyreek just absolutely killing cornerbacks like with routes?
Look, I'm telling you. Well, I got one more reason. Another reason is, who's his QB?
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
Have we seen Tua throw a deep ball? I haven't seen Tua throw more than 30 yards in a game. Throw a pass more than 30 yards in a game. No offense to the guy. I think he's a young QB.
Jimmy, with this trade, you can at least see what you have in Tua Tagovailoa before you do anything. And then, like you said, they have the 2 first-round picks next year to act on it if they need to, if need be. They have literally set up Tua in the perfect situation. They got him 2 new starting running backs. They have now Hill, Waddle, Gesicki, Cedric Wilson, Devontae Parker, all those players for him. And then they got a superstar left tackle. They have put him in the perfect situation. So now if he does not succeed, they know what they need to do. They cannot say, oh, we didn't give him enough. He has had everything there. So
Tua has shown us what he can do. He can't play. He can't get the ball down the field. And I've seen it. And I that's my opinion on Tua. And it's just, he's not a QB that can give you that. He doesn't have the clutch gene. Tyreek Hill played with Patty Mahomes. He can operate under pressure. He can play the game the right way and get the ball down the field. Tua can't get the ball down the field. So Tyreek's going to have to put more. He's going to have to do more to get open because he can't get it down the field. So that's my opinion with it. It's QB situation with Patty Mahomes. Also, not saying Jalen Waddle isn't a weapon, but let's not forget they got the best tight end in the game with Travis Kelce as well. That takes some pressure off Tyreek. But Waddle's a second-year wide receiver. They just don't have. You said they have weapons. They're not weapons where they, oh my God, let's game plan for them. Let's game plan for him. They're not weapons like that. But that's my opinion on the Tyreek trade. There's a lot of factors that go into it on my side. But let me know what you think, Josh.
I'll go real quick because I agree with Jimmy. I agree that Miami gave up too much. I've been told Jimmy that. And I also agree with what he said about the quarterback. I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna retire as a Hall of Fame quarterback, and Tua hasn't proven himself. So, Josh, what do you
agree.
I absolutely disagree with the both of y'all. I actually think that the Chiefs got absolutely fleeced in this deal. I mean, for a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL, You're getting a 28th or 29th selection, late second round pick, and then 2 fourths and a 6. You're saying yes, it's 5 picks, which it is, but 2 fourths and a 6, does it really matter? Is that serious? When you're getting a player in Tyreek Hill that is a top 3 wide receiver, undisputably in the NFL. Yes, it's ridiculous. What?
Hit children. That's all I'm gonna say. Sorry, Tyreek, you hit children. But go ahead. What
Listen. All right. That has nothing to do with the talk about his on-field play. His on-field success is what we are talking about. Miami is getting a top 3 player at his position for literally almost nothing. The Chiefs could have done so much better in that deal. So much. If I'm the Chiefs, shoot, I wouldn't even give Tyreek a decision. I would have just picked the Jets, honestly. No, all bias aside, it's 2 very early second round picks, and then what was it? I think it's 69th pick overall as well.
It was
69. That's 3 quality players right there. And instead, you're getting a dude at the end of the first, a dude at the end of the second, and picks that probably won't even make it to the team by the end of preseason. So they could have honestly done so much better. Miami, like I said, now the thing that'll put everything together is Tua Tagovailoa. If he performs well, a conference championship contenders, who knows? They have a great secondary. They have an amazing group of weapons. They bolstered their offensive line. Now they have a top 3, top 5 left tackle in the game. It's literally all up to Tua. He's the wild card. And if, like I said, he does not perform, they have those 2 first-round picks next year, which they can do whatever they want with next year to maybe even trade Tua. You can combine those, get a superstar quarterback, like has happened like 6 times this offseason, which is absolutely insane. But, they have the resource to be able to pull off a trade like they did with Tyreek Hill. So the 2 fourths and the 6, it really didn't matter. It was just, I don't know. They could have got what they got, and it was great for Miami.
Yes, sir. Since we're ending on quarterbacks, another quarterback who doesn't have a job or a location right now, Baker Mayfield. All right. What do you guys think about his situation, and where do you think he could end up?
You want me to go first? Oh man, I feel bad for Baker, man, because everybody shits on Baker. Baker, he's like that guy. I think Baker, what he needs to do is just, take time off from football, maybe do some more progressive commercials. Yeah. All serious, I think Baker got his feelings hurt when the Browns were looking to try to get Deshaun, and they eventually did acquire Deshaun. So he got his feelings hurt. He sent out that big apology on Instagram, and everybody knew he was out. But the Browns said, "Yo, so you on this team till we make it happen." So this guy was stuck in Cleveland, whether they liked it or not, until they made the trade. So there's the QB market is starting to dry up a little bit, guys. This isn't, it's getting very sticky for Baker. We thought he would end up in Atlanta, and that's not gonna happen with Marcus Mariota, which I'm glad he got a spot now. He's gonna maybe turn back the clock on what he did in Tennessee. Maybe we can see some more Mariota. But I see Baker ending up in Seattle. They for a bridge QB, but just like Tyrod Taylor with the Giants, I think Baker Mayfield he's a starter, but he's not your franchise guy. He's not a franchise QB, in my opinion. He can play a whole season and do decent. He's about an average QB, right? He's not gonna wow you. He's not gonna, so he's about average. So I think the Seattle take a flyer on him, maybe for like a 5th round pick or something. He gets shipped off to Seattle, and Seattle ends up maybe selecting Malik Willis, and he sits under Baker, and they go from there. That's my opinion.
With the whole Baker situation, honestly, like you said, I feel really bad for the guy. I think the thing that has honestly like ruined him and makes everybody, you know, so they criticize out of college. When he came out of college, everybody was viewing him as like the next best thing, the best quarterback to come out of college. You know, everybody saw how he played in college. It was just absolutely wonderful. He is not by any means a below average quarterback in the NFL. I cannot name 16 worst quarterbacks in the NFL than him. He's about an average quarterback. And I do think if the Browns cannot find a trade partner, they will end up releasing him. And the perfect spot for him to land, in my opinion, is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, his division rival. Right now, their quarterbacks that they have on roster is Mason Rudolph, Dwayne Haskins, and Mitchell Trubisky. Yes, they just signed Trubisky, but come on, do you really think he's going to lead that team to do anything? He's had multiple chances to do stuff, and he always comes up short. On a team that is built to win a championship within the next couple of years or so, it just not is enough. And Baker, he would fit their system perfectly because, you know, he wouldn't have to be that quarterback that does too much. They have playmakers in Najee Harris, Deontay Johnson, Pat Freiermuth, and, you know, other guys there. And on top of that, they have arguably a top 5 defense in the NFL. He would also have the chance to prove the Browns wrong twice a year. And, you know, who doesn't love a good revenge story? So it would be a great fit for him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a good take. I heard reports that on Undisputed, actually, that the Bucks, you know, they might be looking to bring him on. You know, I'm not opposed to it, man. I like me a little Baker. Ever since in Oklahoma, he was dancing in that one football stadium. That was crazy, bro. So I'm not opposed to that.
Imagine he got to play behind Tom Brady for a year.
Yes, sir.
That'd be good for development. Yeah, that might do something.
It helped his character development and to be around that winning mentality for a whole season or two until Brady retires. That'd be insane. I never even thought about that one.
Mm-hmm. Since we did touch on this a little earlier, what are your guys' biggest winners and losers of free agency this year? Josh, you go first. I know you have a lot.
Well, the 3 biggest winners for me of this free agency have been the Denver Broncos, Buccaneers, and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll start off with the Broncos. The Broncos, after years of missing out on the playoffs due to lack of quarterback presence, they landed Super Bowl winning quarterback Russell Wilson for, 3 first-round picks, tight end, and defensive lineman. This move instantly puts them into Super Bowl talks as they already have a top 5 defense in the NFL, along with a top 10 offensive line and a deep group of wide receivers and up-and-coming running back Javonte Williams, along with who knows if even Melvin Gordon comes back. You have to be on the lookout for Denver this year, even though that AFC West is stacked like crazy. 2 words I'm gonna say for the Bucs offseason. Tom Brady. That's all they needed. That, like, to just have him come back is everything for them because it literally set off a domino effect in their offseason. They had everybody say, you know what, I'm coming back because, hey, Brady is back. Godwin got his long-term deal. Players like, who else?
Leonard Fournette.
They had, Leonard Fournette came back. There was like many players that were going to free agency and planning to look at other teams that came back. Ryan Jensen, I was forgetting about him.
Yes,
Ryan
sir.
Jensen, a top 5 center in the league. I was thinking he was going to the Jets, and then here goes Brady, breaking my heart, coming back after 20 years of killing me. But anyways, lastly, Cincinnati. The Joe Burrow last season got sacked an abysmal 70 times, and they still ended up making it to the Super Bowl and, losing. But Super Bowl, nobody was expecting the Bengals to make it to the Super Bowl. They made it their priority this offseason to upgrade that offensive line, and they landed La'el Collins and Alex Kappa. La'el Collins, when he is healthy, is a top 5 right tackle in football, and Alex Kappa is an above-average guard in pass pro and in the run game. It was absolutely amazing moves by Cincinnati, and it will pay off this year as they will definitely see that sack number go down, and Burrow will have way more time. Now, my losers of free agency. Oh, my goodness. There is 3. The Dallas Cowboys, I'll start with them. Oh, my goodness. It just seemed like they just lost players this offseason. I cannot believe they gave away Amari Cooper for a 6th overall pick. I cannot believe it. And they also managed to lose, as we were just talking about, Leo Collins, Randy Gregory, who will also be dearly missed. And I give their free agency a D-. And the last 2 teams, I'll finish off with them a little quicker because I've been going on for like forever. But the Packers, yeah, they got Aaron Rodgers back, but they lost literally like half of their team. They lost their 2 starting receivers in Devontae Adams, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and a superstar pass rusher in Zadarius Smith, along with 2 starting offensive linemen. I don't know what they were thinking in paying Aaron Rodgers $50 million a season to literally just miss out on the rest of their team. But yeah. And last of all, I got Jacksonville. Their free agency actually reminded me a lot of the Jets free agency in 2019. We paid players like CJ Mosley and Le'Veon Bell, who are already out of their prime, top 5 player paid money at their position. The Jags just went out and they just went on a spending spree for no reason at all this offseason. I mean, really, to give 4 years, $84 million to a receiver whose best season is 950 yards, absolutely insane. Horrible.
So, we talk about winners of free agency. So I got 2 of them. So my first one, it got to be the Raiders. When you pair Derek Carr up with his old college teammate and Devontae Adams, you give him another weapon there. He's had it rough, man. He hasn't had a really, he had Amari Cooper back in 24, them years they had together. But since then, he really hasn't had a dominant number 1. He gets that now. And now we get to really see what Derek Carr can do with a dominant number 1 wide receiver. I think it'll pay dividends. And, yeah, I'm excited to see what the Raiders offense can do. It's going to be big time this year, especially with Josh Jacobs in the backfield. You got Darren Waller. You got these Hunter Renfrow. So you get to really see what they're about. With another winner, I got the Chargers, man. You get to go out there and free agency, get J.C. Jackson, get Khalil Mack, and pair him with Joey Bosa. They already have Derwin James. They got their defense is, in my opinion, top 5. They got a really great defense. And now you just load them up. So and in a division where offense is good is getting good. So the Chargers are going to be a threat in that division. My biggest losers, Green Bay is the obvious one. Who is Aaron Rodgers going to throw the ball to?
Facts.
Who is he going to throw the ball to? You're going to expect this man at 38, 39 years, 37? You're going to expect this man to go out there and compete and get y'all a playoff spot, but you ain't going to give him the necessary weapons to do that? What? That's blasphemy. That's horrible. So that's one of mine. And then I got the Chiefs, man. You got everybody in the division getting better. Chargers, Denver, Raiders. And what have you done this offseason? You signed Ronald Jones, the running back. That's who you signed. Ronald Jones. You lost Tyreek and you signed Ronald Jones.
Losing Tyreek and losing Tyron.
And no offense to Marcus Van, what was his name? How you say his name? That's how irrelevant he is to me. How do you say his name? Marcus Van Skelton? What is it?
Yeah,
Marcus,
receiver. We know.
And MTV, what the hell his name is? Look, he's irrelevant. He's not gonna give you Tyreek type of performance. So I don't know why you went out and gave him $30 million. I mean, it's something. And you signed the TikToker Juju Smith. What is it, a dance do for you? What's it gonna do for you? He hasn't showed you that he's a number 1. Back in the day, Juju put on because who they have on the team? Antonio Brown. When Antonio Brown was actually he wasn't cuckoo. He wasn't cuckoo, right? This is when this man was balling out. When business was booming was when Juju Smith was going off. So that's my loser, man. The Chiefs don't know what the hell they're doing. I think Patty Mahomes in a whole lot of trouble. I also think he's in a whole lot of trouble because he married that girl. That's ridiculous. I can't on that. And no offense to Patty Mahomes, but look, that girl's digging for some gold, if you know what I'm saying.
Wow.
So
forget his brother.
So all serious, those are my winners and losers. Sonny, how much time do we got?
We got 2 minutes, and we're about to close things up, man.
I wanted to go over and hey Josh, give 2 prospects you have in the draft that you want your team to draft. Quick summary.
Oh my goodness, my 2 favorite prospects by far are Kayvon Thibodeau and Sauce Gardner. Oh my goodness, I would love to have those guys on my team. I would be blessed if they both fall to 4 and 10. Absolutely blessed.
And for me, same thing. I got Sauce, but I got Evan Neal, man. I love the guy out of Alabama. He's the most physically gifted prospect at the offensive line position we've seen in years. And Sauce Gardner, he's productive. He's a defender. He's got that swag in him, that dog in him. Shout out Dominic Minio again. And he's a top CB in the draft. You can't go wrong with him. He's gonna be able to lock down guys. I think it's amazing. I think it's gonna be a recipe for disaster for wide receivers coming up.
Have you ever heard of somebody who hasn't allowed a touchdown his whole college career?
They're still going at it. They're still going at it.
Any better than that. It doesn't get any better than that.
College career. That's insane.
Wow.
He's got sauce, man. I like him. I like sauce.
Sir. Yes, sir. This was our first NFL episode. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I don't got that much time left. I got to wrap it up. Jimmy, say what's up. Say goodbye.
Whoop, whoop. New York, New York.
Josh.
JETS, Jets.
Yes, sir. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on next week.
You.
Yes, sir.